Hey guys, it's the VillaMan here, home theater enthusiast and all-around tech lover, and today we're talking about the best ways you can start building a home theater at a given budget, whether you're just starting out with a smaller budget or going all out big baller style. Stick around. So on this channel we do tech and home theater unboxings, reviews, comparisons and tips, all in 4K HDR. And what I like to do is share my experience and things I've learned over my AV journey, because as we all know, this hobby can get really complicated and very, very expensive. But it's worth it, right? Yeah, that's what I tell myself too. So make sure to subscribe if you're into that kind of stuff and want to see more of that. Now in this video I'll be presenting a bunch of great equipment for you to consider or just to inspire your own selection. I'll have the links in the description where you can check them out and buy them if you'd like. So when it comes to building your home theater, I think there are two main trains of thought when it comes to putting together a new system at a given budget. There's the one where you have a total budget and what you have is what you'll be spending on the equipment, and that's it. So you do your best to purchase the speakers, the wires, and the receiver all within that budget. Let's call that the financially responsible method. Then there's the alternative where instead of trying to fit all the equipment you need in a set initial budget, you instead use that budget to buy as many of the essentials as you can at that moment to get your experience started with the intention of adding on to your system as time goes on. That way, after a while, you can spend some more on making it the system of your dreams. Let's call that the financially flexible method. There are merits to both approaches, and it's pretty much a guarantee that whatever equipment you actually do get will be a significant upgrade over traditional TV audio or an ordinary soundbar. So one of these methods leads to near instant gratification, but that's potentially at the expense of overall system performance. But that's not necessarily a guarantee based on diminishing returns and all that. There's a point where the money you'll have to spend to get an incremental increase in quality just won't be worth it. That point is different for everyone, of course, but that's where we're trying to get to. So then what we're looking for are some affordable high performance components at different budgets that give you a great bang for those hard-earned bucks. As I said, both approaches have their merits, and we'll be looking at the best components you can get with the same budget using each method. Alright, so let's get down to business. Our starting budget will be $5,000. I'm just kidding. We'll be starting out a good deal lower than that. How many of you thought I was serious? Let me know in the comments. Let me just say that this is by no means a definitive list. There is no way I could possibly consider everything out there when making my recommendation. What I will do though is give you my honest recommendations based on my experience and the research I've done. The reputations of the manufacturers are also a factor. Another important factor to consider is that the larger your room, the more output you'll need to fill and pressurize it. And to get more output you need two things: size and power. Size meaning the surface area of your speakers, and the bigger your speakers are, the more power you'll need to drive them, especially at higher volumes, because if you don't have enough power, that's when you have distortion, which could potentially damage your equipment. Now the receivers I mentioned are examples. You could get similar ones from any manufacturer you'd like because they all do some things differently. Let your personal preference be your guide. Well, your other guide. So before you settle on a particular receiver, you have to remember one thing. For you to experience Dolby Atmos or DTS-X, you'll have to have at least a 7.1 channel receiver. But having a 7 channel receiver will only allow you to have 2 height speakers in a 5.1.2 configuration. The number after the last point refers to the height speakers. So the more channels you want, whether that be floor standing or overhead, means the more channels your receiver will need to have. So if you'd like 4 overhead speakers in a 5.1.4 configuration, then you'll need a 9 channel receiver. You get that by adding the first and the last numbers in the layout. The middle number refers to the subwoofers. So this is how my recommendations will be laid out. On the left, I'll have the financially responsible system, while on the right, I'll have the financially flexible one. Each bundle has approximately the same price, which I'll put below it. You can also use the reference letter beside them to find the links in the description. Now the financially responsible systems will be totally complete, and they all will support Dolby Atmos or DTS-X. They'll have the receivers, the speakers, and the suitable subwoofer for the system, along with either 2 or 4 height speakers. While a financially flexible system will give you a start with components that are bigger and have more output. They can of course be upgraded to a full 5.1.4 system as time goes on and you add more components. Now our first system is an Andrew Jones designed Pioneer system. It has two upfiring bookshelves for Dolby Atmos high effects, a 7.2 channel receiver, and the SVS SB1000 Subwoofer. This would be great for music and movies in a small to medium sized room. And for the same price you could get a bigger 9 channel receiver, a SVS SB2000 Subwoofer, and the Pioneer Tower speakers which have more output than the bookshelves. This would be great for a medium sized room. Both bundles would cost about $1,400 at the time of making this video. Next up is the Andrew Jones designed Pioneer Elite system. Now this looks slicker than the previous Pioneer bundle and will be capable of more output. The system is comprised of 4 upfiring bookshelf speakers, the center channel, the SB2000 Subwoofer, and the Onkyo 9-channel receiver. I chose Onkyo because of its price to performance. You can get a 9-channel receiver for under $1,000. Now this configuration costs $2,300, and for that same price you could get the bigger tower speakers which are also upfiring, an SVS SB3000 Subwoofer, and the 9-channel Onkyo RZ630 receiver. Now the difference between the RZ and the NR series of receivers is that the RZ has a 3-year warranty versus a 2-year for the NR and is made with slightly better components. Each of these configurations have a sealed subwoofer, but you can always choose its ported counterpart if you want more output for movies. I also just got in the SVS SB3000 and PB3000 speakers for review, so make sure to subscribe for that unboxing and setup video. Our third set will be from ELAC, the debut 2.0 system. Now the system on the left consists of 4 B5.2 bookshelf speakers with 5¼ inch woofers. It also consists of 2 pairs of SVS Prime Elevations for height effects. I recently reviewed these and I really like them. Then there's a C5.2 center channel and the Onkyo RZ630 for a complete 5.1.4 Atmos compatible system, all for $2,600. And for that same price you could get the F5.2 floor standing speakers, the same center channel speakers, an SVS SB3000 Subwoofer, and the RZ830 receiver. I chose this receiver because it has pre-outs, meaning that you can add an amplifier to it to drive those larger speakers. Next up is an SVS Prime system. This consists of 2 pairs of Prime bookshelf speakers and a pair of Elevation speakers. There's a Prime center channel and the SB2000 speaker. The receiver is the 9.2 channel Onkyo NR787 and this is a 5.1.2 configuration, all for $3,000. And for that same price you could get an expandable 2.1 system which consists of SVS Prime Tower speakers, an SB3000 Subwoofer, and the 11.2 channel Onkyo RZ830 receiver. As I stated before, this receiver has pre-outs, so you can add an amplifier to your system when you get more speakers that require more power, especially if you'll be playing them at louder volumes. And now for our final pair, Klipsch reference Premier systems. Our left system consists of 4 Klipsch RP600M bookshelf speakers. Now I recently reviewed these and I absolutely love them. Then there's the RP504C center channel speakers, the R112 subwoofer, and the pair of SVS Prime Elevation speakers. I didn't recommend the Klipsch Elevation speakers because although they might be great speakers, I haven't checked them out in person and they weren't very forthcoming as far as frequency response is concerned with the details they posted online. But this would be an outstanding bundle at $3,300. And for that same price, you could get a 2.1 system, which consists of the RP8000F tower speakers, which are amazing, and the R115 subwoofer, which is a 15-inch subwoofer and is great for movies. The receiver would again be the Onkyo RZ830. Now of course you can get receivers from other manufacturers like Denon, Pioneer, Anthem, what have you, but I thought that the Onkyo receivers had a great price to performance ratio. I think I hear some wallets whimpering. I hope this video helped you at least a little bit in deciding how to upgrade or start your home theater system so you can get to enjoying those movies and music as soon as possible. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like the video, and smash that subscribe button so you can come along for the ride. Until next time, this has been your friend and neighborhood VillaMan saying peace.